Hey students, physics students, how y'all doing today? It's Mr. Galoya coming at you here. Um, I'm going to create a video of lab number 5. This is the metronome circuit, and there's a handout for you with the schematic, and I'll make sure and get that to you. And the schematic is on page 2 of that handout. A metronome, as you know, is basically used by musicians, and it can have a different sort of clicking rate, and we're going to try to build an electronic one here with the tinkercad stuff. So again, let's start with the breadboard. You know, there's a lot of 555 timing chip circuits with speakers that you can use to do a lot of different types of sounds, etc. In fact, you may want, when you do your final project, your circuit that you'll build, you may want to employ a speaker. Let's see, we need a 6 to 12 volt source, so I'm going to choose a 9 volt battery. That makes things a little easier, I think. Bring that in. Again, let's kind of electrify the rails. Here's my negative lead. There's my positive lead. And let me run a wire from the top negative to the bottom negative and do the same thing. That way we have both rails electrified. Let's bring us in a 555 timing chip. Let's put that in here. I like to have a little bit of room on both sides to put in different components. Again, timing chip here. We've got pins 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, typically with real circuits, we have different types of speakers we could use. I think tinkercad only gives you one speaker, and it's called a piezo speaker. That should work for what we're doing. And a piezo speaker, again, has 2 terminals. In a real speaker, the terminals, I believe, are polarized. And I think on this speaker, let's see, yeah, there's the positive and there's the negative. And I think what I'll do is I'll just rotate that around, and we'll just kind of set this right here. So again, I'm looking at the schematic here, and I'm just going to start with pin 1 and then move around the circuit here. So pin 1 goes to ground. Well, let's get it going here. Okay, so pin 1 to ground. Pin 2 and 6 are connected with a wire. And then we have 2 coming off to a capacitor. So I'm just going to put a wire over here. And looks like we need a 22 microfarad capacitor. That would be C1 in my schematic. That'll be an electrolytic capacitor. Okay, so here's that. And again, this would be C1. And it's going to be a 22 microfarad. And again, I'm going to rotate that around a little bit here. I'm just going to leave it down here. And again, we have a negative terminal. That'll be a wire to the negative. And the positive will go to this wire here. Okay. We also need so on this side right here, on this node there, we also need a resistor. That would be resistor 2, which is a 1 kilo ohm. Let me move my schematic out of the way. So let's get a resistor. And this is going to be 1 kilo ohm. Looks like that's what it says there, 1 kilo ohm. Let me rotate that. And I'm going to put it here. So it's electrically connected here. And it looks like the other side goes to 7, pin 7. So I'm just going to take a wire and go here. Okay, so on the schematic, right above that resistor is what's called a VR1. That's a variable resistor, or what's called a potentiometer. So I'm going to bring it in here. And so we've got 3 terminals on this potentiometer. We have terminal 1, and then we have, well, I can't hardly see that. Oh, the wipe, okay, and then we have terminal 2. We're going to be using 2 of these terminals here. So on the other side of 7, let me just take another wire from 7. I'm just going to wire it over here. And then I'm going to electrically connect terminal that to terminal 1. And this middle wipe then is going to be connected to another 1 kilo ohm resistor here. That's going to be R1 in my drawing, my schematic. So let me go and get another resistor, and let me spin it too. It's 1 kilo ohm. I think I'll just put it over here. And so I want to wire from the wipe of the potentiometer to the resistor, the first lead, that resistor, and then I need to go to the hot rail with the other. Okay, so it looks like we really have all of the left side. Now let me make sure this is this said this was a 220K potentiometer variable resistor. I hadn't checked that, so let me go ahead and put 220. And again, kilo ohm. So it looks like the left side's fine. So now I'm going to, looks like I can work on this stuff here. So 4 and 8 are both going, 4 and 8 are both going to the hot rail. So I'm going to put a wire from 4 to the hot rail. I'm going to put a wire from 8 to the hot rail. And then we have a wire coming from 4. I'll just kind of put it over here. And we have another capacitor, that'd be C3. And so C3 is a 0.1 microfarad. So again, that'd be an electrolytic capacitor. I'm just going to put it down here. Let me go ahead and rotate that around too. And again, we want, for this, we want a 0.1, that'd be C3, 0.1 microfarads. So I need a wire coming off of here to the positive terminal, and then the negative terminal going to the negative rail. Okay, looks like now we're ready for this capacitor. That's a 10 microfarad. And it looks like it's going to go from the hot rail just to ground. So C2. So let me bring in another capacitor here. I'll just put it up top there. And that's going to be a 10 microfarad capacitor. Okay, so I'm going to have a wire going to ground, or the negative rail, and then a wire going to the positive rail. I think what I'll do, though, I'm going to run a wire from 8. I think how I'm going to set this up, I'm going to run a wire from 8 here, and then run a wire. So I've electrified from 8, I've electrified this column, and then that goes to the positive. Okay, so it looks like, did I get the right capacitance? Yeah, so it looks like I'm now ready to wire up the speaker. We have a capacitor C4 kind of in the way. So 22 microfarad. So let me maybe put, where can I put that? Maybe I'll just put it up there. Okay, so this will be my C4, and it's a 22 microfarad. So I want to wire from 3 . Maybe I ought to put it down here, maybe. Oops. Okay, again, that's 22 microfarads. So I want to wire from 3. Okay, there's my 3 pin. I want to wire to the hot terminal of the capacitor. And then from the minus terminal, I want to determine what that, okay, there's the positive, so I want to, from the negative capacitor to the positive part of the speaker, and then I want to wire from the negative to the negative rail. So it looks like we've got 4 capacitors. Let me make sure I'm fine. Okay, looks like I need one more capacitor going from pin 5. That'd be C5 in my schematic. From pin 5, let's put it up here. So that's going to be 0.1 microfarad. And we need the negative to negative ground, and we need a wire from 5. So here's pin 5, so I'm going to take a wire over here, and then we need the positive. Okay, it looks like I've got everything in there now. I'm going to pause my video so I don't use up a lot of that space. I'm going to pause it and then check all my devices and components to make sure that I've got all the right values. So I'm going to put this on pause. Okay kids, I'm back. I checked all my components and I think everything is ready for me to start the simulation. So let me go ahead and hit start. Okay, you can kind of see it going, making all that click, those clicking noises. When I change the resistance, the potentiometer here, when I move the dial, I can change that click rate. So I can kind of bring it down, or I can move it up. I can decrease the click rate. Things look pretty good here. Let me just take a minute here and bring in another potentiometer. Let me just kind of bring it in right here, and I'm going to just stop the simulation where it just kind of stopped on me. Let me bring in a multimeter. Let me kind of spin this here. Let me kind of spin that there. And so let's take a lead from, and let's kind of measure resistance here. And let's take a lead from the positive part of the multimeter to terminal 1, and the negative to that wipe, that middle terminal of that potentiometer. And let's just say, I don't know, let's just say we've got a 100 ohm potentiometer. And I'm going to disconnect my metronome so I can just start the simulation here. So I'm just going to take this wire off here, and let me go ahead and start the simulation. So right now the potentiometer, it says 0 ohms, and as I move the dial, I'm getting a greater resistance, and that's what this potentiometer, it's again called a variable resistor. And what we were doing with the metronome, by changing that resistance, then I changed the click rate of the metronome. So that's a good way of creating on a circuit, kind of creating a way of making changes pretty easily by using a potentiometer. For this potentiometer, it was what, 100 ohm potentiometer. So the resistance goes from 0 all the way up to 100. Okay. The one I used on the simulation here, I think was, let me go back to that schematic here. That was a 220 kilo ohm potentiometer. Hey, I think we did a pretty good job on this circuit, didn't we? So we want to again upload a verification screenshot to the checkpoint. So I'm going to click that icon there for tinkercad. There's what we just did. So I want to activate my screenshot on my computer. So I'm going to snip. Make sure you've got it snipped so I can see your name and then the circuit icon that we just built. Sounds pretty good, kids. We'll see you next time. Bye.